Hi, my name is Maria Valdesera, and today I'll be showing you the refreshed Microdata Access Tool, or MDAT. We've left the look of the beta MDAT behind and created a more cohesive experience by adopting the look and feel of the main data.census.gov site. We've also made the tool more intuitive by removing redundant steps to streamline the table creation process. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through creating a table within the refreshed MDAT so you can familiarize yourself with the updated design. Let's take a look. Let's start by going to the MDAT homepage. If you typically type in the URL of the site, please note that it is slightly different now. The new URL is data.census.gov/app/MDAT. If you usually use data.census.gov to access MDAT, you will see a slight change with the data.census.gov homepage. There is now a microdata button along the top of the page that takes you directly to the MDAT landing page. Even though the MDAT landing page has a newer look, you can still select your dataset in Vintage. However, you'll notice something new right beneath that, the Find Your Saved Page section. Users of the beta MDAT may recall that the URLs could be extremely long, so one of our goals with the refreshed MDAT was to make the URLs more manageable in length. This required changes to how the URLs are composed. We know, though, that MDAT users have saved tables that they created in the beta MDAT that they still want to access. So, to ensure that you can still open these beta MDAT tables, we've added the URL migration capability that converts your old beta MDAT table URL into a shorter URL that the refreshed MDAT recognizes. Just click on the link to find your saved page and enter your saved beta URL into the space below the saved link message. Then click Find Page, and the refreshed site will display your saved tables once it's finished converting your old URL into the updated MDAT URL format. Returning to our example, I'll use the default of the American Community Survey, or ACS, one-year estimates for 2024. This is the most recent vintage available for this dataset. Once the dataset and vintage are selected, click on the Next button. This is where you'll select your variables that will appear in the table. For this example, let's select two variables. First, select the age variable by scrolling down the list and selecting AGEP. When you do, you'll see a pop-up telling you that this variable is continuous and can only be added to the cell value options. You'll need to create a group or recode in order to include the AGEP variable on your table. With this more noticeable pop-up, data users will be more aware of which variables are continuous when adding them to their table. Click on the X in the top right corner of the pop-up to close it out. The other variable needed is the one for marital status. You can find this variable by using the label search bar and typing in the word marital. This pulls up the MAR variable, which you can select to add to your data cart. Now that we've selected our variables, we can move on to the Geographies tab. Let's select a group of public use microdata areas, or PUMAs, from Virginia. Click on the PUMA tab and use the new alphabetical scroll bar to select Virginia from the list of states. We want to add the PUMAs from Norfolk and Virginia Beach. We received a lot of requests for a way to quickly add collections of geographies to tables in MDAT, and we listened. You can now use the search bar above the list to quickly find the geographies you're looking for. Search for Norfolk and add those PUMAs, and do the same for Virginia Beach. These geographies are now added to the table. The new Select All button also allows you to quickly select the entire collection of geographies. For this example, though, let's just stick with the 5 individual PUMAs from Virginia. Another newer feature within MDAT is the group function, which allows you to select 5 PUMAs and create a single group that contains data for all selected geographies. To add this to your table, click on the Group tab and select the empty checkbox next to the PUMA label. This will add all previously selected PUMAs to your group. Then click on the Create New Group button. This will add the group to your table. You also have the option to rename the group, which will also appear in the table view. At the bottom of the screen, remove the default group name and type in the new group name. We'll call this group Norfolk and Virginia Beach Pumas. Now that we've selected our variables and geographies, let's move to the Cart tab. This is where you can limit the universe of your variables or create a recode. For this example, let's create a recode with the AGEP variable. Select the AGEP variable and then start your recode by clicking on the Create Custom Group button. First, change the group label from Not Elsewhere Grouped to Under 18 years old. Then click on the pencil icon to edit the end range from 99 to 17. Save the change by clicking on the Save button and then lock in the group by clicking on the Save Group button on the right side of the screen. The leftover values will be in the Not Elsewhere Grouped category. Let's edit this group until all values are recoded. The next group will be the 18 to 24-year-old age group, so click on the pencil icon next to the Not Elsewhere Grouped label. Edit the group label to 18 to 24. Change the end range from 99 to 24, and then save the new group. Repeat this process for the 25 to 40 age group and the 41 to 55 age group. For our final group, change the group label to 56 years old and older. Since we want the rest of the ages included in the original variable, click on the Save Group button without editing the end range. We've now created the recoded variable named AGEP_RC1. Now that you've created the recode, you can go to the Table tab. This new design streamlines the table view so you can edit your table layout, geographies, cell value options, and weighting all on one page. You can also change the vintage or year of data used on this page. All of these options have been consolidated on the left side of the screen, leaving more room for the table. Let's say, for example, you want to arrange this table in a more readable format. From the left side, you can move the selected geographies into the columns, and then the AGEP recode and MAR variable into the rows. You'll also notice that data will now display automatically rather than showing cell values with either question marks or zeros in them, like MDAT's previous beta iteration of the table preview. This is great because compared to the beta MDAT, it allows you to bypass steps and get to your data more quickly. We can also see that the group we created for Norfolk and Virginia Beach Pumas appears at the end of the table view. You'll likely notice other enhancements to make better use of the space available. For example, the universe and selected geography information that used to be found above the table now appears as a pop-up when you select the View Universe button. This creates a cleaner look that helps prevent the table view from getting cluttered, especially if you have a lot of geography selected. You still have the option to download or share tables, although you no longer have to go to a separate tab to do so. Now you can just click on the Download/Share button located in the bottom right corner of the screen. To further keep things from getting cluttered, the refreshed MDAT provides a pop-up with tabs for download and share separately. The download options are the same as the beta iteration of MDAT, with CSV and JSON formats available. If you want to share this table, click on the Share tab. This provides the same share options as before, with both the table and API URLs available. I hope this tutorial helped show you the new changes made to our updated Microdata Access Tool. For additional guidance on using MDAT, please visit our resources page at the link provided below. Thank you.